I had no idea the British press was so bigoted.
This one's wife. Give me the mic. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. We all know that this one's wife loves the mic. After all, she loves nothing more than splurging on the world a tsunami of meaningless word salad, dousing the world in her beige fridge magnet platitudes as she stands there with her soft, breathy voice, believing that she's telling the world something unique. Regularly, she wants a platform to enable her to subconsciously assert control over the audience and draw fuel from them by way of reaction, and she also manages the facade of being a kind, considerate individual, but also the facade of being an excellent public speaker. She isn't. We saw the way she attempted to grab the mic at the Kevin Costner event, and the good lady there saved the world from being subjected to more dirge that comes out of the empty one's mouth. We witnessed the debacle at Bridgewater Hall some 18 months or so ago when she sent Glass Eyes to sleep, dressed in red, as she just talked about herself, and herself at the One Young World conference. Whenever this one's wife gets behind a mic, you can be guaranteed that you'll soon be asleep. All she can ever do is talk about herself. All she can ever do is spout meaningless platitudes. All she can ever do is douse you in word salad. Undoubtedly, people will have pointed out to her that there are better things that she could talk about, but she won't listen. She believes that that mic ought to be grafted into her hand, and everybody is ready to listen to her. And we have another example of the necessity of wanting that mic with a short piece of video footage, which I'm now going to show you. Here it comes.
Awesome. I know it wasn't planned. I'm very, very grateful. I'm very humbled. And today's Mother's Day. So it feels appropriate that though, of course, we are missing our children, I'm missing my babies, it feels very appropriate to be on the motherland and amongst family. So thank you so much for the kindness and for these beautiful names. I'm very grateful, and we can't wait to come back. Thank you so much.
Now, as I understand it, the Duchess of Delusion has just been presented with some gifts, and that was the end of the interaction. You can hear the music starts up, as evidently that's the end. The band will be playing in the background, and people can be enjoying their meals, enjoying their drinks, etc. But hang on, world. Stop playing. You can stop the music in the background. This one's wife needs to tell you something. And thus it's evident from the music starting up and those around her that this was not a scheduled speech to be given by this one's wife. Oh no. Once again, she interrupts proceedings to ensure that she is given the mic and the world has to listen to her. People start to go back to talking because they think that's it, it's over. But the music has to stop. Once again, she's rudely interrupting something that was organised in order to get hold of the mic. The music stops. People are still continuing to chatter as they didn't realise that the Duchess of Delusion needed to keep on talking, and thus the mic is handed to her. This one's wife kicks off by telling us all that she's very, very grateful and she's very humbled. Bullshit. But of course, this is just facade management. She attempts to portray herself as this humble, grateful individual who is also gratefully humbled by your humbling gratefulness, gratitude giving to me. And thus, she turns it on without an ounce of sincerity in what she says. She then makes the point that it's Mother's Day. Yes, the go-to for this one's wife is to tell us that it's Mother's Day. Actually, Duchess of Industrial Beige, it wasn't. Mother's Day in Nigeria fell on the 10th of March. Once again, this demonstrates just how self-absorbed she is. I want to talk about me. I want to talk about Mother's Day. I want to talk about that particular event. And I failed to realise that whilst it's Mother's Day in the United States, it isn't Mother's Day here. You'll notice as well as she's talking, the general chit-chat and rattling of crockery and chinging of cutlery goes on in the background, as people aren't particularly bothered in listening to what she has to say, presumably thinking, this has gone on long enough, I'm absolutely parched and I need a cup of tea. But this one's wife ploughs on with her usual approach of self-absorption, making it all about her. So, after telling us that she's grateful and humbled, she has to explain that it's Mother's Day, and therefore it's appropriate that she tells you that she's missing her children, that she's missing her babies. Well, you know what the simple answer to that is, you arrogant buffoon? Don't go away from them on Mother's Day or bring them with you. Simple. But of course, we all know that you don't give a rat's ass about your children. All you care about is looking good. All you care about is grifting for the money. All you care about is pretending that you're a royal and swanning around lapping up the fuel. This little excerpt once again provides you with such a demonstration of the high level of self-absorption of this particular narcissist. The way that she's so wrapped up in herself as she stands there putting on that soft, breathy voice, the rictus grin plastered across her face as the veneers fight for freedom. And all she can do is talk about herself. I'm missing my children. I'm missing my babies. It's Mother's Day, so feel some sympathy for me. She eventually then throws them a bone about saying that we will love to come back, which does elicit a degree of approval from the audience and provides her with the fuel that she requires. Yet, once again, what do you witness? The narcissist in action. And as a consequence of my work, you're able to see that this isn't a woman standing up who's being grateful and humble. This isn't a lady who's expressing genuine sadness at missing her children. This is a performer. This is a performer that's standing there saying these things. Although she believes them because her narcissism causes her to do so, we know that because she's a narcissist, this is simply a performance that's designed to control those who are there, but it has all the hallmarks of her narcissism. The sense of entitlement that she should speak even though it wasn't planned. The lack of emotional empathy for those there as she interrupts the arrangements. She, of course, thinks that she's doing the decent thing by saying thank you, but immediately it moves on to talking about herself and how she's missing the children. It's probably the case that somebody had told her that she's facing criticism as a consequence of being away from her children again, and therefore feels moved to nullify that threat to control, again subconsciously, by saying to the world, yes, I'm missing my children. Clapping back, as she invariably does. She's got to get hold of that mic. She's got to bore you. And she's got to make it all about her. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for watching.